Hello everyone, hope you guys are doing good. Sometimes I wonder why I love doing this as much. Is it because I get to talk about books, or is it because I get an excuse to dress up in these crazy times that we are stuck at home? Maybe both. Welcome to another episode of Reviews with Ranjani. Today we're going to talk about this product which has converted moments into memories. It's a story of the most culturally defining app of the decade, Instagram. The book is called No Filter. It's by an award-winning reporter, Sarah Freer, and it talks about the fascinating story of the journey of Instagram to a billion plus users, and was created by these 20-something co-founders, Kevin Systrom and Mike Krieger. It's a take on the app which believed in the story of humans over numbers, and to its takeover by Facebook, and eventually to the bittersweet exit of its founders. The product in itself, if you think about it, right, it's less about tech and more about psychology, because the filters made the photos look like art, and in cataloging the art, people would start to think about their lives, themselves, and their place in the society differently. There's this brilliant analogy of how if Facebook was about friendships and Twitter was about opinions, then Instagram was about experiences. And it's peppered with anecdotes like when Justin Bieber got onto the app, he loaded Instagram's infrastructure to the point where the company had to dedicate a server only for his activity on the app. It talks about Twitter's interest in the fast-growing app to how it eventually caught Mark Zuckerberg's attention. And Zuckerberg realized, the book says, that there are only two ways to win. Either he gets his engineers to make Facebook really entertaining so that users stick to his app, or he could buy, kill, or copy competitive apps to make sure that there were fewer companies to encroach on Facebook's time. So he did, right, for a whopping amount of around $1 billion US dollars at that time. And they talk about how Instagram is like this first date where everyone is kind of putting up a best version of themselves and their lives on display, and how it eventually led to becoming a verb, right? Phrases such as Instagrammable entered the vernacular. And then they talk about how the culture was very different between Facebook and Instagram. Move fast and break things was what Facebook focused on, while Instagram wanted things to be carefully considered and designed before they were released. And it eventually created a whole genre of influencers, right, through their carefully curated content and communities. It gives a story of Paris Hilton, who at that time, press was the Instagram because it was prior to the digital platforms. And when companies such as YouTube reached out to feature Paris Hilton's videos for nothing in return, she kind of dismissed them. And because she was getting thousands of dollars for each of her photos from the press, why would she do that for free? Enter Jenner and the Kardashians, right? So they were early in building fame, and they realized that they could create even bigger business on social media by building their own version. So instead of leaking out photos, they could be on Instagram and reach out to an audience which was much, much bigger than any pop culture magazine could offer at that time. Clearly it paid out, right? Today, Kim has around 157 million followers, the book says. I'm sure it's more right now. And she gets paid up to $1 million US dollars per post. So the Instagram effect, they say, made it harder to sell tangible products such as cars and clothing versus experiences. They talk about how photos of leisure time are the new status symbols. And it gives this example of an Instagram first company, or online first company called Glossier, that sold makeup and netted around 100 million US dollars annually while acquiring 1 million customers, all through direct sales. So it's changed the way marketing today functions. And as Instagram grew bigger, it faced concerns of cannibalizing time away from its parent company. It's definitely like the story of how tech founders' ideals could eventually clash with making profits, which is also essential if you think about it for any company to survive. And there's this quote by a former executive around how Facebook is like this big sister who wants to dress you up for the party but doesn't want you to look prettier than she is. So it's an intriguing insider account of the way social media and tech giants work. One which also reads like a thriller. Fascinating book. I would rate it a 4 out of 5. So I'll end with this quote from the book. The more you give up who you are to be liked by other people, it's a formula for chipping away at your soul. You become a product of what everyone else wants and not who you're supposed to be. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Pick up this book, No Filter, and let me know how you like it. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye.